making a recipe for 1950's chocolate sauce. This is one that's going to be in a few of the recipes this month, so I thought I'd just show you how to make it, since how they make their chocolate sauce is a little bit different from how I typically make it. So for this recipe, you will need 2 cups of cold water, 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of cocoa, a tablespoon of vanilla, and a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. So first, in a saucepan, we're going to combine the sugar, the cocoa, and the salt. When you're using cocoa in recipes, if you can, it's always a good idea to mix the sugar and the cocoa together first, because that gets rid of like all of the cocoa lumps. Alright, now that our dried ingredients are well combined and there are no lumps, we're going to start slowly adding our water while mixing. Alright, now I'm going to simmer this mixture for about 5 minutes until it is thick and smooth. Probably want a little bit bigger of a saucepan than this. It's been a while since I made a small batch of chocolate syrup, and I thought this would be big enough because now I make larger batches. So this one, I had to keep it at a lower temperature, so it took a little bit longer to cook down because I didn't want it to overflow because it bubbles a lot. But it's cooked down. It's a little bit thinner, but that's because it will get thicker when it cools, and I don't want it to be too thick because of the recipes that it's going to be going in. I want it to mix in really easily. So now we're going to add the vanilla. Oh, and I let this cool before adding. It's just about lukewarm now. Before adding the vanilla. Okay, I'm going to pour it into a jar now, and this will be stored in the fridge. It smells so good. Okay, and then there's probably about another cup of syrup left. And let's just give it a little taste test, because I always do a taste test. And also, I just did it until it coated the spoon well when I was cooking it, because I think it'll be thick enough. This is really good. It just tastes like chocolate syrup, but homemade chocolate syrup is so much better than stuff you can buy at the store, and it tastes just so good, and it's really pretty quick to make. So if you make anything homemade, you should make chocolate syrup homemade, because it will be really, really good, and that way it does not have corn syrup in it. But if you try this recipe, let me know, and soon I will have a few recipes that you can try with this chocolate syrup recipe. It has a very rich chocolate flavor to it, and you can taste the vanilla, which is really good. It makes the chocolate flavor so much better. Funny story, whenever I was younger, Mom would make chocolate syrup, and every time she did not include the vanilla, I'd say, Mom, you didn't put the vanilla in, I can taste it. And I almost every time I knew. I will admit there was a few times that I wasn't sure, but I would pretend I knew whether or not she knew, whether or not I had it. Now I'll make sure that Mom put the vanilla in, because I just loved vanilla. But it was kind of funny because Mom would try to make it without, because it was one less ingredient to get out, and most of the time I could tell. But this is really yummy chocolate syrup. We love to make chocolate milk, and in some of the recipes they make chocolate malt, they make chocolate milkshakes. This is really good over ice cream with like some toasted pecans on top. Yeah, there's lots of ways that you can use this. It's a great basic recipe, and I'm so excited to be sharing the 2 recipes, maybe 3, I can't remember, recipes this month that include this chocolate sauce. I pray that you guys have a blessed week, and I will see you next time. Bye!